Hello, my name is Mike Pfaff, and this is my YouTube channel, Living in the Illusion. Now this week we're starting off with a question. How can meaning of something, anything, how can meaning emerge from the measurement? How can meaning emerge from the measurement? And this is our discussion for today. And here's how I worded it. Interesting. Can the meaning come out of the measurement? Can the meaning come out of the measurement? So that's kind of our question. Now, before we get into it too far, first of all, remember that this is called you are living in an illusion. And so my channel is Living in the Illusion. I have to remember that, remind you of that, because sometimes you forget and you think you're living in reality. That's the way it goes. We're going to start off with a few main points, and then we're going to develop a model that explains them a little bit deeper. And so here are the main points. There are 4 of them to start with. And here's the first one that kind of answers the question, but the model will explain it in a little more detail. Measurement is not meaning. Measurement is not meaning. It's just a number. The measurement only produces a result, a number, an observation. The meaning does not come from the measurement at all. That's the first statement. And the next one, next point, it is through the mind that meaning is assigned to the measurement. Meaning comes out of interpretation, justification, and memories of life experiences. Your belief system, basically. And the meaning is assigned by the interpretation of the measurement. And that's our second main point. Observation creates the illusion of separation. When we observe and measure, the egoic mind breaks the oneness into separate pieces, and we mistake those separate pieces for reality. The pieces are not reality. However, the whole is. The parts whole is reality. Now, the last point that we're going to make before we get into our model, true understanding comes from beyond perception. Since perception in the illusion is incomplete and subjective, recognizing its limits become the beginning of the return to oneness and knowing your true self. So these are the 4 little bullets or main points that we're going to make during this presentation as we get into our model. And here is our model. Well, it's part of it. It's the first part of it. And here, we've explained this before, but I want to go through it another time because we keep coming up with the same thing. First of all, we start off with consciousness as fundamental. It is the one mind It is the one quantum mind. And consciousness extends itself to our mind. Consciousness extends itself to our personal, private mind. And from that mind is the mind-body connection into the egoic world. So here we have, up here, up in this level, here, before the mind-body connection, is quantum, related to the subconscious mind. Down below is the classical realm, and it is related to the egoic world and your conscious mind. And there is a difference between them, and we'll share that a little bit later. So you are living in, as I am, in the illusion. And in the illusion, right over here, in the illusion, we're having adventures. This happens to be one of them for you today, to be here. And your mind-body is a quantum entanglement. In other words, what goes on here within the body in the egoic world and the illusion is known by by consciousness through this interconnection. So as you traverse through the world and have adventures, those adventures are known by the quantum mind, and you support consciousness in understanding itself. So that's our first part of the model. Now here's our next part. Over here, and this is kind of extended, you may notice that there is a line, a dotted line going across here. So these are extended, and over here in the illusionary part, we make measurements. Okay? But here's the thing. You might not have thought about. In the egoic world, the outside world, there are no colors. You might not have known that. You might have thought there were colors because you could see the color of my shirt. There are no colors. There are no sounds. No touching. You're not touching anything. You think you are. Oh, another little caveat. Nothing ever touches. Scientific fact. No taste and no smell from the outside world. It's not there. What is there in the outside world? Energy. In the egoic world, we measure that energy. We have measurements. Now, you might look up here, because I put it up here. I hope you can see it, and it's still in the board. Some measurements. Now here's a measurement here, 400 to 480. That's a measurement. And a counterpart to it is 620 to 750. Do they mean anything? Well, some people they do because they already know. But the first one is wavelengths. It's a wavelength. And it's in terahertz, which is trillion hertz. The next one is nanometers. And it is how fast things are going. And so we have this up here, but what does the measurement mean? Well, before I put it up there, I asked my favorite place, Google, what's the measurement of red? So this, it doesn't look like it, But you can, this is red. I should use a red pen. Okay. This is red. There. Now you see that red? Or is this red? Well, they're a little bit different. But which one is red? It goes through interpretation. It's your interpretation. All colors are your interpretation based on your past experience and your belief system. It can be cultural. Some cultures would say, oh, that's red. And other ones say, well, no, it's maroon. Well, so it depends. Well, we have to be clear. So we have a measurement. The measurement is clear. The interpretation is not. The interpretation is done through the mind. That's where your memories are. Because you see it and you remember where you saw it before. It's a relationship between other things that you can recall, and it is an interpretation of this wavelength that is important, not the measurement. The measurement means nothing until it's interpreted. The measurement is meaningless until it's interpreted through your experience, your belief system. Out of the interpretation comes the quality of your life. The quality of your life does not come from measurement. It's just a measurement. It's just a number. It is the interpretation of this that is important. And it is not done in the egoic world. It's done in the quantum world. Part of the reason is, and there more and more evidence is showing it, there is no, see, this stuff here is all quantum. The meaning comes out of quantum, and it's quantum information. And quantum information is in the form of qubits, or an ocean of possibilities, until you measure it. Then, as you measure it, you get a number. As you get a number, you interpret that number through your belief system and memories and past experiences and all of that kind of stuff. And this gives you the quality, the meaning and the quality of what you're measuring, not the measurement. This information, your belief system, your memories are not in the egoic world. Now the belief system is, oh yeah, the memories must be there because we're raised materialistic and we think everything has to be able to be measured in a physical way. And of course, quantum world cannot be measured in a physical way. And so we are beginning to shift. And if you look around at different YouTube sites and different new theories that are being brought forward, you'll begin to see that there is beginning a shift away from pure materialism. Why? It doesn't hold water. There is no particles. There is no physical atom. And it is so hard to change the belief system that we've been raised with, that has been so productive in the last several hundred years. We just can't drop it. But this channel points out cracks in the cosmic egg. Cracks that lead to a new understanding. Now, I'm not the only one. And you'll find other people. Why do we want to know that this is an illusion? So we can return to where we started and know it for the first time. Now, let us look at A Course in Miracles. And it has an interesting thing, some interesting things that are related to this. And so here's what the Course says. You do not know the meaning of anything you perceive. Not one thought you hold is truly or wholly true. The recognition of this is your firm beginning. There's not one thought you hold that is completely true. Everything here in the egoic world at ground zero is untrue and ego-driven. And as you begin to move through that and beyond it, and beyond the perception, lies the oneness of reality. Now, this is very exciting. Measuring is only a number and means nothing by itself. The meaning comes from knowing your true self. Why? It's through that lens of the true self that you experience reality. Anything less, and it's not reality. It's not the whole truth. We struggle to move beyond what we can think of as physical into another realm where we began. Oh, there's so much to talk about here in the illusion. Now, if you have any questions, put them down below. It's always interesting to answer any comments, and I try to do that on a regular basis. And do hit the like button, and we will look forward to seeing you next time, right here, as always, in the illusion. Bye now.